Good morning. A quick reading before I go to work. What is your energy? What's going on in your energy today? The channel song that I got in the shower is only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. You could be dealing with like, I don't even feel like heartbreak, but like irritation around relationships or your relationship. Like just a certain level of like dissatisfaction. I feel like you love this person and you keep trying to be like patient with their energy, but it's like there's something about it. The world really wants to come out. That's the world and the sun when I split the deck. And that may be your energy, like you want to be the center of their world, but there could be some sort of like it wants to come out, just come out again. But it's like they might just have too much going on right now. They could be working a lot and like very hard. And I feel like you really want to feel like a priority. You want to feel like someone's priority. And I'm going to be honest with you, if you're not treating your own self as a priority, I feel like this increases that feeling of like being sort of discarded or like put by the side. But I feel like there's something around something that they're trying to do right now that is kind of detracting their attention away from you, and it's causing a certain level of like frustration within your connection. You want to be treated as royalty. You want to be treated like you're sacred. We spoke a little bit about that yesterday and about treating ourselves like we are sacred first. To be honest with you, if it's like something that's habitually been going on, you are choosing that. Like, you can only blame someone so much for a life that you're choosing to continue to participate in. I mean, I feel like too, balance is important, you know, because you can't be like a person that's like really on them for like wanting them to be like financially stable and all the things, and at the same time like you're requiring them to be like to have you like the center of their world. Like it's hard to do that sometimes, especially if you're like in the infancies of growing something. That can be difficult. So maybe just making more effort to cut out time for each other and with each other, if that's one day a week. And I know you may want it to be 7 days a week, but again, being realistic with what exactly that looks like and what exactly because you don't have to settle. But if this is something that you want to continue to work, you have to figure out some sort of compromise that is going to work with the both of you. Yeah, you want to feel like the prize. And I feel like you're not feeling like that. You want to be chosen. You want to be the one that he picks up and kind of puts everything else to the side, or like you understand that he's carrying a lot, but you want to feel valued. You want to feel chosen. You want to be picked. I feel like this could be hitting on a childhood wound for you, something that has come up a lot in your childhood or in your adolescence. Even within your friend group, you could have been like the helper, like the designated driver sort of friend, like the one that everyone knew that they could rely on, but never the one that they were the first one to like call up and have around. I want to let you know that you deserve to be chosen, but you have to choose yourself first. You know, you can't wait around for however long. If you have tried to work it out with this person that you're currently with and whatever connection that this is referring to, and you haven't seen much change, the choice is yours to either continue waiting and begging them to see you, to choose you, or you're going to have to choose yourself. And that can be one of the biggest decisions. That is one of the biggest decisions that you're ever going to make in your life, is choosing yourself. Because anybody that comes after you that does not choose you, it's not like you end up staying with them because you are the least favorite option, because being by yourself is like this miserable thing. You start to realize like, no, I am the best option. I am the person that I've been waiting for to show up for me, to pick me, to choose me. And I feel like that's what some of the lesson could be in this current connection that you're having. And know that if it's meant to be, it's going to be. And if it's not meant to be, there's nothing that you can do to try to force it to make it happen. 5 of Pentacles. I feel like you're like in this sort of like liminal space where it's like I think you know what decision you have to make to like move into this next chapter or move into this new energy, but there's just like there's something that you're not seeing. Like you're blindfolded, and I feel like spirit has been trying to remove the blindfold from your eyes, but it's like willful ignorance is what I'm hearing. Ignorance is bliss is what I'm hearing. It's something that you're not necessarily wanting to see. Only thing that's saving you. I feel like it's something significant with the crown chakra too. You be feeling like lightheaded, like cloudy, can't organize your thoughts clearly, can't get your words out in the way that you want them to come out. You could be very like, especially when it comes to like conflict or heavy conversations, it can be very difficult for you to articulate exactly what you want to articulate. Nine of Pentacles, you've got to see yourself in like this royal energy. Purple is coming out a lot. It could be your favorite color. Like I said, crown chakra energy. You can need to do like a crown chakra meditation. There's something that you're not seeing or hearing properly. Also, yellow is coming up. That solar plexus energy. This is around like your wisdom. You know exactly what to do. You just don't want to do it. You want to stay guarded in this glass house. You're afraid to go out of the gate. You're afraid to move out of this spot. Because there's a certain level of comfortability in whatever connection that this is. It makes you feel safe in a way because it's predictable. And you're afraid that if you leave out of it, you're going to be open to a different level of vulnerability. Like it's going to be something like unexpected, like it's uncertainty, you know? Staying with somebody because you feel like it's the best that they're not that bad, or I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's that you feel like this is the best that you can do. Like let's say that they're, because some people it's like they're extremely attractive and that's like, oh, I'm gonna stay with them because this is the best looking person that I've ever been with. Like no, like it's not. Outside of that being like a very shallow superficial reason to be with someone, like I know some people that has been the case. Like I will just, you kind of look at people a lot when we're out, you don't necessarily respect me, but you are the best looking person that I've been with. And therefore you make me feel better about myself and the way that I look, because if someone as attractive as you picked me, then what does that say about me? And I feel like there could be something around like this energy, or they could be like very financially well off, like I said, and that could kind of be like, because that's what I was sensing with some of the energy, like they work a lot. And I feel like this is where you're getting like you're neglected. But some people, relationships are not, it's hard for people to understand. Like it's for some people, relationships are not the lifeblood of their life. Like work is what really fulfills them. Making money and reaching some level of stability from wherever that comes from in their life is what makes them happy, is what makes them stable, is what makes them feel successful and whole. Um and I don't believe that you should draw your value from anything outside of you externally. I feel like there's intricacies that even come with that mindset. But for some people, like it's very hard for them to understand, like, how can you be okay with like just working? But if they were really honest with you and themselves, they would choose work every single time if it came between you and work, or you and family, or really you and anybody. Like it's just that important to them. And I think that that's where you have to be honest with yourself, if this is the sort of person that you are with, and that this the sort of person that you're dealing with. Eight of Swords. I always get that old song from Disney Channel. You don't know how it feels to be outside the crowd. You don't know what it's like to be left out. Yeah, you don't know how it feels to be your own best friend on the outside looking in. And I feel like this is like you. Like you feel like you've been deprived from some sort of experience from life. Like you feel boxed in. You feel like you're on the outside looking in. And you're seeing, or you can be in this energy of like comparison. feel like it's not doing anything for your relationship though. I feel like your timeline or your algorithm could be like a lot of like happy-go-lucky, happy couples that are doing things together, and it's making you, I think you're seeing that for a reason. It's meant to trigger you in the way that it is for a reason. It's meant to show you that like as much as you fantasize and you want that and you think that it's out of your reach, the reason why you're seeing it is because if it is obtainable for someone else, why is it not obtainable for you? There is no limitation in life outside of the one that you put on yourself, outside of the ones that you have in your mind. It doesn't have to be a this or that sort of situation, but it is a this or that situation if that is what you believe that it has to be. You can have someone that is financially stable and is very much present in your relationship and is wanting a family and family life, and someone that you don't have to repeat what you want 50 times and they still don't hear you because they really don't care. Like that's not unobtainable. That's not, you're not asking for too much. But as long as you continue to settle for good enough, which really isn't good enough for you, 1111, it's not going to, nothing's going to change. Like you're just going to continue to be in the cycle. We're going to end it on 5, our beautiful number of transformation. We're going to go into our oracle today. My favorite oracle. Feel free, guys, to follow me on TikTok at Diary of a Hermit if you feel led to. Subscribe, comment, like, all those good things on YouTube. Thinking about starting a separate TikTok page for tarot, but I don't know. I don't want to hyperfixate on my social media growth. It is what it is. If I'm meant to do this, it'll fall within alignment, and if I'm not, then I'll still continue to do it anyways because it brings me some level of joy. All right, let's give us some clarity on this situation, Spirit. Do you want to come out? All right. Trust yourself. Trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to, all in divine timing. Be excited about the future instead of fearing it. Let go and let yourself be great, you know? I know it's hard. I know it may take time, but you don't have to be unfulfilled, babe. Whoever this is not the only person that's going to want you. If you choose to stay with them, you know, just something that I've told my mother several times. You know, you need to be honest with your expectations. Otherwise, you're going to end up disappointing yourself. If they've shown you who they are, do not paint them a different color. They've shown you their true colors. Do not paint them a different color. You are only, you know, leading yourself into a state of being disappointed. If you pay close attention, you will notice all the doors that once closed are now opening up, just in different forms. Things may not appear exactly as you had envisioned them. I know it can be hard when we build up this idea in this world, in this life, in this relationship in our head with someone, and it doesn't match our actual reality and what's going on. That can be very disappointing and jarring, but it all happens for a reason, and it all happens for our greatest good. And you just got to trust that this situation that you're going through right now with this person is meant for your greatest good, even if it hurts right now. If they were your soulmate, your true partner that you're meant to be within this life, it would work and it would have a certain level of flow to it. And that's definitely not to say that it would be perfect, but you wouldn't have to fight so hard for so long. I feel like you tried for quite some time, and yeah, you know, take this reading as it speaks to you in the way that it speaks to you. Only you're going to know that. Let it find who it's meant to find in divine timing. And I send you love and healing and peace and grace in this journey. Have grace on yourself. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.